All right, welcome. Today we're diving into something we all do, about 25,000 times a day, but almost never really think about breathing. And we're going to be exploring this through the lens of James Nestor's incredible book, Breath. Because what he's uncovered suggests that this forgotten skill, well, it could be the key to unlocking better health, more energy, and maybe even a longer life.
So let's just jump right in with a huge question. What if I told you that the single biggest clue to how long you're going to live isn't some expensive supplement or a complicated workout plan? What if the answer has been sitting right there, right under your nose this whole time?
Okay, you really need to hear this because it's a jaw-dropper. The Framingham study, we're talking about a massive piece of research that followed people for decades, came to a truly shocking conclusion. When they looked at all the data, it wasn't our DNA, what we ate, or how much we exercised that best predicted who lived the longest. No, it was lung capacity, plain and simple. How much air you can take in and breathe out. That one single number.
So if lung capacity is that important, it immediately brings up the most basic question of all. Which tool are we using for the job? Because we've got two options, right? Your nose or your mouth. And as we're about to see, choosing the right one, it makes all the difference in the world. And when you put them side by side, it's not even a fair fight. Your nose is this incredible specialized piece of equipment. It filters the air, it warms it up, it humidifies it, getting it just perfect for your lungs. Your mouth, on the other hand, it's really just an emergency exit. Breathing through it all the time means you're getting unfiltered, dry air, which leads to a whole host of problems. Dehydration, dental issues, and snoring.
And here's one of the nose's secret weapons. When you breathe through your nose, you produce a molecule called nitric oxide. And look at this, you produce 6 times more of it than when you breathe through your mouth. So why do we care? Well, nitric oxide is amazing. It widens your blood vessels, which boosts circulation to every single part of your body.
Now, all those benefits, the filtering, the nitric oxide, they add up to this. You absorb 18% more oxygen from the exact same breath of air just by breathing through your nose. Think about that for a second. An 18% boost to your energy, your brain power, your focus, all by doing one simple thing, closing your mouth. Now let's look at the flip side, the cost of breathing through your mouth. You lose 40% more water. That's a huge deal. It leads straight to dehydration, which messes up your sleep, and it turns your mouth into a dry, acidic environment where bad bacteria can thrive, causing cavities and gum disease.
Okay, so we've established what to use, the nose. But what about the how? Is there a right way to do it? It turns out, yes. Beyond just using your nose, the actual rhythm, the pace of your breath, is incredibly important. There's a kind of hidden, perfect tempo.
And here it is. Scientists have actually pinpointed it. They call it resonant breathing. And it's shockingly simple. It's an inhale for about 5.5 seconds, and then an exhale for about 5.5 seconds. That's it. It comes out to around 5 or 6 breaths a minute. It seems almost too simple to be true, doesn't it?
But this is what's so wild. This new scientific discovery, it's not new at all. It's been hiding in plain sight for centuries, encoded in ancient wisdom. The rhythm of the Catholic rosary, the Ave Maria, it follows this 5.5-second pattern. So do ancient Buddhist chants like Om Mani Padme Hum. It's like these cultures all over the world independently tapped into the perfect biological rhythm that puts our body in a state of maximum efficiency.
And a huge part of breathing this slowly and deeply is making sure you exhale fully. A complete exhale is what really engages your diaphragm, that huge muscle under your lungs. You can think of it like a second heart. Every time it contracts and pushes air out, it's also massaging your internal organs and helping to pump blood and lymph fluid around your body, clearing out waste. It's a vital pump we barely ever use correctly.
Okay, get ready, because this next part is probably the most counterintuitive thing we're going to talk about. It's a total paradox, and it flips a really basic thing we all think we know about breathing right on its head.
Right? Since you were a little kid in science class, you learned we breathe in the good stuff, oxygen, and we breathe out the bad stuff, carbon dioxide. CO2 is just garbage we need to get rid of. But what if that's only half the story? What if CO2 isn't the villain we think it is? This is something called the Bohr effect, and honestly, it's a complete game changer. So oxygen travels through your body by clinging to your red blood cells, but it needs a signal to know when to jump off and get into your muscles and your brain. And guess what that signal is? Carbon dioxide. You need CO2 in your blood to trigger the release of oxygen. So here's the paradox. If you overbreathe, breathing too fast and shallow, you blow off too much CO2. And even if your blood is packed with oxygen, it stays locked on and can't get to where you need it.
breathing less can actually mean getting more oxygen to your cells. So all of this begs a huge question. If this is so important, why are we all so bad at it? Why do so many of us default to breathing through our mouths and breathing way too fast? Well, the answer is it's a revelation, really. It has to do with how our modern lives, and especially our food, have literally reshaped us. The story is written right in our skulls. For most of human history, our ancestors ate tough, hard, fibrous foods that required serious chewing. All that work stimulated jaw growth, creating these wide, strong jaws with plenty of room. But then came the Industrial Revolution, and with it, softer, more processed foods. Our jaws just didn't get that workout anymore. And in just a few hundred years, our faces have literally grown narrower. Our teeth got crowded, and most importantly, our airways got smaller.
And what's the result of that? Get this. A staggering 90% of us today have some degree of what's called malocclusion. That means crooked or crowded teeth. But this isn't just about needing braces. It's a symptom. It's a bright, flashing sign that our jaws are too small and our airways are too narrow, which makes inefficient, unhealthy mouth breathing almost a default setting for so many people.
So what can we actually do? The good news is it's not complicated. It all boils down to a simple toolkit. Number 1, make it a priority to breathe through your nose all the time. Number 2, practice breathing slower, aiming for that calm 5.5-second rhythm. 3, focus on the exhale. Get all that stale air out to engage your diaphragm. And 4, the one you probably didn't expect, chew your food. Really chew it. Give your jaw the workout it was built for. And all of this leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. We're constantly trying to treat all these modern problems: anxiety, high blood pressure, chronic fatigue, sleep apnea. But what if many of these aren't actually separate diseases? What if they're all just different symptoms of one single underlying cause? That as a species, we have simply forgotten the lost art and science of how to breathe.